Hello, my name is Eamon Hall, and this is my project for MindBridge, um, which is basically a mental health wellness platform designed to help students and young adults build resilience, develop emotional skills, and feel less alone. So this is the website. Right now, um, it's not fully fledged out, but this is a framework of what it would look like if I did decide to pursue this. Um, So what makes MindBridge different is um, it's not just giving escape strategies of how to climb yourself out of mental health issues. It's also developing agency and learning how to deal with emotions and not cut them out. Um, dealing with difficult situations, processing emotions, and developing the ability and confidence to take control of, I guess, your mental health problems. So right now there's 3 services. There's the mindfulness course. Now the pricing is not going to be exact, but basically this will be guided breathing and meditation routines, learning how to sleep better, um, deal with stress and management tools, and also more importantly, like cognitive reframing and how changing how people look at mental health issues and that kind of thing. Um, so it could also be um, for like meditation, for example. I found that this is really helpful for um, not only dealing with stuff while you're awake, but also getting better sleep. Um, I find that those 2 things are a good place to start. Controlling when you sleep and how you sleep. Um, and also, achieving a peace of mind is very important. There's also mental health workshops and peer support sessions. These are just, you know, like peer therapy and stuff like that, as well as, um, some of the stuff from the mindfulness course is being transferred to a group setting where everyone can debate and talk about um, these things. And, it's guided by someone who is, actively trying to change these people through a course and not just kind of freestyling it or giving like general therapy tips, but being very guided and focused, and that way people are more engaged and not necessarily like tuning out or I guess the whole point of this is to develop the agency and the control over your life and encouraging people that they have the opportunity to control what happens to them, even though there are um, existential circumstances that out of their control that dictate their life, but they can still control it in a way where they don't have to eliminate those circumstances, but instead not necessarily embrace them, but control how they react to them. So, I guess the whole point of this is kind of control. There's this thing, annual peer support gala. I kind of threw this in there just to sort of like, you know, gauging the scope of this. Is this going to be something that's popular and people want to attend, will there be talks, that kind of thing. And yeah, it's pretty much the website how it is so far. So anyways, when looking at domain names, I knew that MindBridge alone was going to be taken, so I started to throw in keywords here. A lot of them, like MindBridge Wellness or MindBridge Connect, were taken as well. But I looked at MindBridge Connect and Care, and on Namecheap, it is this price, $10.48 per year. On GoDaddy, they give you a discount on the first year, but it's a higher price on the later years. And on Squarespace, it's $14 flat, which is still not the best price, considering Namecheap has the best price. Some other names I looked at were MindBridge Take Control and MindBridge Agency Control. Just throwing keywords in there, like, because we want people to take control of their lives, develop agency to take control of their lives. And I found that Namecheap actually has the cheapest names. So this is the same for everything. Now, if I wanted to take a name that was already taken, such as MindBridge Wellness. Oops. It's already taken. It says you can make an offer, but there are also different endings to them, which are also more expensive. I guess it takes names that are already taken. If they're already taken, you can change the ending, but they also have a higher price. So I think I would rather take the actual .com. Now, you can make an offer, however, this is not a guarantee. Now, it's the same on the other websites where they say you can make an offer. Where this guy try to helps you take it, but that's not necessarily something that I want to do. And let's see on Squarespace as well. Yeah, it doesn't. Squarespace, they don't even give you the broker fee. It's kind of, I don't think that that's going to work. Obviously, you can reach out to people, but the price of the domain name is going to be very steep for a domain name that's already taken. And honestly, I think I prefer one of these, just emphasizing, taking control of your life. Now, I developed a couple ad groups. So this is the first one. Right here we have keywords such as peer support group, online support group, and mental health peer support. So this is advertising the actual group sessions. Now I kind of struggled with advertising like the company mission to a wider audience. I think that's something that would take a lot. You might hire an advertiser or a marketing team to help you do that. But these are just some basic ad groups that I came up with. So the headlines kind of are general, mental health services might have these headlines, such as peer-led support groups online, talk with people who understand, free mental health support, yada yada. And descriptions kind of explain what is going on with this service. They reinforce a free or I don't know if it's free, but supportive environment for anyone struggling with stress to try and find ways to work themselves out of it. For the second ad group, this is just advertising the course and the tools and tips for specifically college students. So I decided to target that. And some of the keywords are student mental health support, college anxiety help, college burnout help. I think that's a major problem, just not necessarily talked about, or it's ignored by many people. And this is sort of developing ways to try to target these. I think this is probably a space where, mental health in general is a space where change can happen. It just doesn't necessarily. And I think the whole point of this would be to try and target, the specific problems that people are having, and not necessarily sticking to, the code of what's already there, but also trying to be more proactive about how we deal with these things. Obviously, money is an issue. Like why put the extra effort in when you can still make money off people without doing so? So I guess that's an important factor for the specific idea is helping people. There's, being motivated more than profits, but instead really caring for people. So that's probably the mission statement, or at least what would motivate this. I know companies wouldn't necessarily work like this, but that would have to be something that, in the hiring base where you recruit people who actually want to help others and are not just driven by money. It's not just a quick cash grab for the company. So that completes my presentation. Of my website, the domain names, and the ad groups. This is just an intro website to show off the idea. And it's all about designing a framework state of mind to help students and young adults deal with their issues. Thanks for watching. This was Eamon Hall for CIS.